Jiang Jia arrived at the Gu family home with her father for a New Year's visit, an unexpected turn of events that surprised both her and Gu Ran. Gu Ran's father mentioned having met Jiang Jia previously at the hospital when their friend Zai Zai was injured, remarking on the coincidence. Gu Ran's mother, Miss Chen, encouraged Gu Ran to greet Jiang Jia. The two exchanged polite greetings, pretending to be unacquainted. Noticing their awkwardness, Miss Chen suggested they go to Gu Ran's room to play games. Once in his room, Jiang Jia wanted to play games on his computer. As she sat down, Gu Ran remembered he had just been editing a photo of her on his screen. He quickly covered her eyes, closed the image, and opened a game. Jiang Jia, misinterpreting his haste, playfully suggested he had been watching something inappropriate, which annoyed Gu Ran. He retaliated by trying to close her game, leading to a playful argument. Outside, Jiang Jia's father, unaware of their squabble, proudly declared his daughter was quiet and never argued, only for the sounds of their loud disagreement to drift from the room. Miss Chen, using the excuse of bringing them fruit, went to check on them, only to find them just playing around. During the first lesson of the new semester, the teacher warned the class about a severe flu outbreak and instructed the class monitor to fumigate the classroom with vinegar. That evening, Gu Ran's parents, both doctors, informed him they were going to Huayuan to assist with the flu crisis and would be gone for at least half a month. Gu Ran feigned indifference, joking that he could boast to his friends if his parents appeared on TV. However, he quietly placed some cold medicine into their luggage before retreating to his room. The next day, Gu Ran told his friends his parents were away and he was free to play games. He invited Guanfang and Zhang Lurang over, but Guanfang had to help his grandmother and Zhang Lurang was focused on studying. Left alone, Gu Ran ate instant noodles. When his mother called, he lied, claiming he had just eaten with friends to avoid worrying her. Meanwhile, Guanfang's grandmother urged him to check on Gu Ran. Unable to reach him by phone, Guanfang asked Jiang Jia for the address and told her to go first since she lived closer. Jiang Jia also couldn't get through to Gu Ran. Arriving at his house, she knocked until a disoriented Gu Ran opened the door, only to stumble back to his bed. Jiang Jia felt his forehead and realized he had a high fever. She called Guanfang, telling him she would try to bring the fever down and they would go to the hospital if he didn't improve by the time Guanfang arrived. After Jiang Jia's diligent care, Gu Ran's fever broke. Exhausted, she dozed off by his bedside. Gu Ran later awoke and, seeing the towel on his forehead and Jiang Jia asleep next to him, pieced together what had happened. When Jiang Jia woke up, her legs were numb. As she tried to stand, she lost her balance and fell onto Gu Ran, creating an awkward silence. Soon after, Guanfang arrived and immediately started packing a bag for Gu Ran, announcing he was taking him to his house. He explained that his grandmother, hearing Gu Ran was sick, had prepared a large meal. Despite the small space at Guanfang's home, where they would sleep on the floor, Gu Ran, who craved companionship, gladly went along. The next morning, Zhang Lurang received a desperate text from Guanfang, complaining that Gu Ran snored like firecrackers and had kicked him in his sleep. Around the same time, Su Zai Zai posted online about her cold and broken hot water bottle. Zhang Lurang immediately bought her cold medicine and a new hot water bottle, claiming he bought too much and was just dropping it off on his way to Guanfang's house. Su Zai Zai saw through his excuse, playfully noting their homes were in opposite directions, but was touched by his concern. Zhang Lurang's arrival at Guanfang's made the small room even more crowded, but also deepened their friendship. Later, Gu Ran's mother called with good news. The outbreak was under control, and they would be returning soon. Gu Ran later confided in Zhang Lurang about his lonely childhood, how he used to play hide-and-seek by himself, wishing his parents would find him, but always waking up alone. He confessed he had always wanted to lose the game just once. Zhang Lurang reassured him, "I found you." That night, the boys settled down to sleep, with Gu Ran and Guanfang comically fighting over the blanket. Meanwhile, Su Zai Zai texted Zhang Lurang, asking if he was awake because he was worried about her. After confirming she had taken her medicine, he gently told her to get some rest. A lecturer from Jiangyi University's psychology faculty visited Jiangyi-affiliated high school to hold a psychology seminar, and students were invited to attend voluntarily. Initially, Gu Ran didn't plan to go, but upon learning that Jiang Jia would be there, he immediately changed his mind. During the seminar, the lecturer shared a personal anecdote from his high school days when the school radio often played Jay Cho's song, Her Eyelashes. He described how his gaze would involuntarily drift to his deskmate's long eyelashes as she napped, a distraction that led him to understand the word palpitation, or fluttering feeling. The story resonated deeply with Su Zai Zai, who felt the same way about Zhang Lurang. The lecturer's words also struck a chord with Gu Ran, who found himself looking at Zhang Jia, realizing her every expression had quietly captured his heart. Jiang Jia, however, playfully disagreed with what she perceived as a sneaky approach to love, asserting that if she liked someone, she would express it openly. After school, while the friends were getting snacks, Su Zai Zai mentioned Jiang Jia had spent all her money on a glass bottle. Gu Ran generously offered to pay for everyone's snacks with his recent contest prize money. Later, noticing Jiang Jia was missing, Gu Ran feigned forgetting his homework to go back and find her. He discovered her in Shen Qianyu's empty classroom, trying to secretly place a glass bottle filled with meticulously folded stars on his desk. She explained to a teasing Gu Ran that the sender's identity didn't matter, and she wanted to avoid any misunderstandings like the time Su Zai Zai was wrongly accused of stealing. When some students entered the room, Jiang Jia quickly pulled Gu Ran under a desk to hide. In the confined space, Gu Ran's heart fluttered. While placing the bottle, Jiang Jia accidentally knocked over some books and found Shen Qianyu's application form to study abroad, leaving her disheartened. The news was officially announced the next day at a dramatic society meeting, where the teacher informed everyone that Shen Qianyu would be leaving in about a week. Feeling the urgency, Jiang Jia decided to write a confession letter to Shen Qianyu, with Su Zai Zai's supportive help. As she was drafting it, Wang Nan appeared and mistook them for copying math homework. To avoid being found out, they let him take the homework, accidentally including the confession letter tucked inside. Since the teacher's office was busy, they decided to retrieve it during the lunch break. Meanwhile, Zhang Lorang and Yi Jingxin were helping to sort math papers. Yi Zhengxin found the letter in Su Zaizai's notebook and began reading it aloud. Annoyed, Zhang Lorang admonished her for prying into others' privacy, though he was visibly agitated by the letter's contents. Yi Zhengxin retorted that he was only being protective because the notebook belonged to Su Zaizai. Just then, Su Zaizai arrived to get her homework back, and a silent Zhang Lorang let her take it. For the next few days, Zhang Lorang was distant towards Su Zaizai. Sensing the reason, she playfully confronted him, punishing him for not recognizing her handwriting after all their tutoring sessions by making him review her notes at home. That night, Zhang Lorang compared the letter's handwriting to a note from Su Zaizai. Upon seeing they were different, a relieved smile spread across his face. Zhang Jia later ran into Shen Qianyu, who confirmed he was leaving in 2 weeks and gave her a ticket to his farewell recital. Her initial joy at being singled out faded when she learned he had given tickets to everyone they knew. Determined to look her best, she asked Gu Ran to help her pick out new shoes. At the store, she chose a pair of elegant high heels, despite never having worn them and struggling to walk. She admitted to Gu Ran that she was changing her image to stand beautifully before Shen Qianyu at the recital. If you love the story, subscribe for the next episode.